Hey guys, what is up? Kind of want to do something a little different. And what I want to do is I want to have more commentary style videos. And I think just having fun. Now, there's videos I want to do that are just being honest about the nerd culture that we have today. And some of it kind of, to be honest with you, sucks. And for many different reasons, if it's politics or whatever. But I actually just want to enjoy certain things and reflect back on some of the reasons why we love these things and have a little bit more positivity. And so I want to react to this video that I saw a couple of days ago that it just really touched me. And it deals with Peter Cullen and how you came with the voice of Optimus. And so maybe throughout the video or maybe at the end, we're going to watch the video together, and then we'll have a discussion. So, without further ado, let's watch.
Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and read his question if he's not here. Okay, my 10-year-old son has a few questions in hopes to submit, one for Mr. Cullen. And the one we've selected is, how did you come up with the original voice for Optimus Prime?
It's a story that I've told many times. And maybe some of you have heard it, but it's a story very dear to me, and it's the truth. It happened. My brother Larry, a captain in the Marine Corps, had returned from Vietnam. He was a decorated Marine, and the Bronze Star with V and a couple of Purple Hearts. And we were sharing an apartment, going through a difficult time in my life, when Larry came down, and it was about 1984. And we were, as I said, living in an apartment together. And he would always take a little interest in where I was going every day, because I was a grunt, as the Marines would say. You know, if you're a ground trooper, you're a grunt. Anyway, Larry's 13 months older, 5 inches taller. And, but we're 13 months apart. We were very, very close. So he said, "Peter, where are you going today?" I said, "Well, Larry, what, you need the car?" He said, No, I just want to know where you're going." I said, "I'm going to audition. I'm going to be, I'm auditioning as a truck." He did the same thing. And so I said, "But Larry, he's, evidently he's a hero truck. He's a hero." And his face got somber, and he said, "Peter, if you're going to be a hero, be a real hero. Don't be a Hollywood hero type with all the BS and all the yelling and screaming and trying to be tough. Be strong enough to be gentle." "Okay, Larry, yeah." So as his voice is ringing in my ears as I'm driving to the audition, and I read the copy, and Larry is just coming out, his voice, the way he talked to me. And it said, you know, "I'm Optimus Prime." No, it was, "My name is Optimus Prime."
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And the softness in his advisory tone was significant, and so the words just rolled off my tongue. "I'm from the planet Cybertron," and blah 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 blah. And I kind of finished it and said, "Okay, thank you very much, Peter." Okay, so, okay. So, well, I walked out, and getting into the car, and I said, "I wish Larry had been here. I think he would have been proud of me, because I think I nailed it. I really think I've nailed the character, because it was just Larry." And 2 weeks later, my agent called me up and said, "Oh, Peter, remember that Transformers thing, the truck?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "You got the part of Optimus Prime." I said, "I do?" He says, "Yeah, and you also have another part called Ironhide? What's this Ironhide?" So that was the beginning. That was the launch. Did that answer the question? You think?
That's
I think
awesome.
it answered the question.
That's awesome. See if there's anything extra to add with that.
Can you do a little Ironhide?
Ah, gee whiz, Prime.
That's funny. That's funny. I just want to... We'll play the rest of it in a second. I think something we're missing recently, and I think it comes more to writing right now, but this is a perfect example of it, of our current generation is not... We do not have people in pop culture when it comes to writing movies, entertainment, comics, and this is kind of a judgment call. I'm not saying I know every single person who is on a writing team, but I don't think we've really had people that have gone through things like people in the past used to go through. And I think about understanding humanity and understanding the human struggle. A lot of that comes down to having life experiences and being able to put life experiences inside of the media that we watch. For a young kid or for people in general, for men, a lot of our entertainment is we want to escape the world we're in and then go back and then get maybe a perspective of the world in a different way. You can watch the go between Optimus, our the Autobots and the Decepticons, and maybe you can have a little bit of a philosophy conversation inside of these characters without having to get into politics, real world politics, without having to get into some of the issues that we deal with day to day, but be able to have those conversations and let the audience come up with answers to those conversations themselves. And that's how things used to be. And you understand that there was a deepness inside of the way they handled Optimus Prime, in the sense of that moment right there where he says, don't be like all these stereotypes, like, I am the hero, without doing all that. Be someone who has gone through something. Be someone who has stood through all these different things and has still learned to have a gentle voice. And especially speaking of someone like Optimus, who is so big and powerful, usually the ones he's speaking to are those that are less than him. And he gets gentle with them, and he's caring of them, and he's loving of them. And I remember growing up and watching Optimus. I grew up watching Optimus and remembering some of the things that he has said, and it's just, there's quotes even from the movies, which honestly a lot of them weren't that good, of the live action movies, but even in those movies, like the sequel of the first one is probably one of my least favorite ones until you get into the newer ones. But even the sequel, there's a quote he made in that movie that became my high school quote to end my year in high school. I had an Optimus Prime quote, and a lot of that has to do with his voice, but there's such wisdom. And someone like his brother who had gone through the war and gone through all these different things, and to come out as someone that could communicate a real life thing that touches your heart in a deep way. This is the type of material that we need back into our media, into our comics, into our stories. We need heroism back. I'm tired of the deconstructionism. We need heroism. That's what we want. That's what we need. Young boys deserve stuff like this. Heroism. And the only way you're going to get that is by people who care about more than just their outside window, and care more than just about themselves, but in a deep way, in a real life way, not in all these political ways that we're trying to shove in our media, but just in a philosophical understanding of the human heart and of the human spirit. That's the type of thing that we need, and it's just cool. It's just cool to watch this. It makes me feel things, and good things, and I appreciate Peter Cullen for all the stuff he's done. He literally made my childhood growing up. I watched Transformers when I was a broken kid. You know? I watched it when I broke a femur bone. I almost got myself killed. It's a long story. But, I couldn't go anywhere. And because I literally couldn't move because my femur bone was broke, until I had surgery, I couldn't even move my back. So I was literally, and then once I had surgery, which happened a couple days after, I was stuck at home all the time, basically. And one of the ways I escaped is my parents would buy me the different Transformers toys every time we went to like a doctor's visit. Go to the doctor. My parents would give me we would go Walmart and we would pick up one of the Autobots, Transformers, and I'll explain why maybe I don't have some of those later on in the future. But I got so much joy from Transformers as a kid. And so even though some of the Transformers love that I had has kind of died down because of the way that the media has portrayed that series, it will still always have a deep place in my heart of joy from what I experienced as a kid. And a lot of that has to do with Peter Cullen and his voice that he did as Optimus. And what a beautiful way that he got that voice from such a human, honest way of what a true hero will sound. That's why there's a lot of Captain America cartoons and stuff that they've done with the recent Marvel shows that haven't been a lot of the cartoons of the Marvel Disney stuff hadn't been that good. The one they did, I think, before they reset everything was really good. But, sometimes they give Captain America or Superman this, I am Superman, or I am Captain America. And they kind of play it up kind of cheesy, whereas, to me, they would sound more like Optimus. They sound someone who's been through some stuff, but still understands to have to speak gently. I think it's something, man, that's so powerful. So, anyway, this is kind of a ramble, but I don't know. It just spoke to me. So, anyway, guys, is Optimus Prime your favorite Transformer? Do you agree that we need heroism back in our media, and we need the type of thinking like this that comes when it comes to heroism and what it means to be a hero? Did you grow up watching Transformers as a kid? Let me know down in the comments below. And guys, whatever you're doing or wherever you're going, I hope you're having a good one. Peace.